Hey guys, my name's John. This is NAR Outdoors. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been doing some flashlight reviews, unboxings, opinions. And part of that is I'm reading the comments and I'm taking those seriously. Based on comments, I have tried out the EDC 25, opinion of that. But one of the other comments was to take a look at the RovyVon, if I'm pronouncing that right, Angel Eyes E30 Pro to compare it to my other flat flashlights. Now I've actually been using some of their flashlights already. So I've got this E5 and this is a, I don't know. I will put what this is in the comments. And I actually like them. They're really good task lights. One of the things I was trying to do with these is for my job, I sometimes need UV. And that was kind of why I ended up getting them. Because they have the UV emitters on the side. I found that the UV wavelength is wrong for what I need, but I still really like them. There's a simplified version of this particular light that doesn't have the side emitters, which I like to give as a birthday present or a Christmas present or groomsman present, something like that. It's super bright, very compact, pretty easy to use. So I'll put a link to this stuff below. But let's get into it. So as promised, unboxing. What should we do first? So I've got an E30 Pro and just an E30. Let's do the E30 Pro. So all of their stuff comes in these plastic boxes, be it the small ones or the big ones. It's kind of nice. It also does create a little bit of extra plastic waste if you don't have a good use for them afterwards. Open it up and we've got pretty simple cardboard packaging. We're going to pull that out. So flashlight itself, this looks like a lanyard and the pocket clip. We'll get rid of that. Charging cable, these are USB-C. I do think that is important in this day and age. I think everything should be USB-C. And then the light itself, I did go with the matte finish because, I don't know, I think it's cool looking. So it's got a good weight to it. Solidly built aluminum. There are 3 buttons on this. So the side button controls the front 3 LEDs. The top 2 control the main LEDs. And there is a USB-C charger here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to go throw this on the charger and come back. We'll open up its sister flashlight, which takes AA batteries, so we can go ahead and start looking at it. So I'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at brother, sister light. I don't know, it's little brother. Let's call it little brother. So similar packaging. You've got the cardboard shell. We'll get rid of that. Similar charging cable. Now these are pretty unique in that they are both a rechargeable battery flashlight as well as taking AA batteries, similar to the little ones. So you can actually see there is a Energizer in here along with a LiPo battery pack. Opens up, looks like the same. So let's look over it real quick, sorry. Similar aluminum, got the USB-C charge. This one does have a spot for a lanyard on this side. And then this is actually the latch to open up the battery compartment. 2 buttons on the top. Let's open her up. So you slide that down, rotate, and springs at the bottom. So these are gonna go in this way. Gonna push down a little bit, bring it back, and there we go. So 2 buttons for control. Pocket clip. Slides right on. You can use it tip down, tip up, but it's not a super deep clip. Let's see how deep it goes with tip up. Although I would find carrying a flashlight tip up would be kind of weird. So still same depth. Did score the sides a little bit getting the clip on and off. That's fine. These are tools. They aren't jewelry. Definitely going to give this a 2-week trial period. Give me just 1 second. I want to pause. I'm going to glance over the owner's manual, see exactly what I need to do to unlock it and to use the switches, and I'll get right back with you. All right, so first and foremost, unlock light. So if you look here, there are 2 switches. There is what they call the EDC switch, which does not have the ribs to it, and it is slightly elevated compared to the other one. And there is the dual stage tactical switch, a little bit of knurling to it. Unlock the light, triple click the EDC switch. So 1, 2, 3, light will blink to show it's on. Now the EDC switch in eco mode with a single click or a press of ½ a second to turn on when it's off. So single click and it's on, single click and it's off. Dual stage tactical switch, when lights off, half press for turbo, full press for strobe, release to turn off. So let's try to do a half press turbo. It does have a light sensor, so it's not gonna blind your pocket if it gets turned on in it. Half press for on, full press for strobe. Now, if you've been paying attention to the channel, I hate that. I want one switch to work one way, and that's it. I'm going to dig in the manual and see if there's a programming option for it, but I don't think there is. And then the other cool thing about these lights, again, is they take AA batteries or also have a built-in LiPo. The Pro does not have that. So to change the batteries, the instructions say to enter the eco mode. So we're in eco mode. You can see it's working off the LiPo now, so I'll have to charge this later. You rapid triple click the switch. So it doesn't say actually which switch, but I'm assuming it's the EDC switch to switch batteries. And if it's successful, the light indicator will blink for 3 seconds. So we'll do, so now we're on AA. We'll do it again. Yeah. Now we're on LiPo. Now I don't have the capability of measuring lumens, but let me just take a turbo and take a look around. We'll switch it to AA. I don't think the turbo is as bright with the AA. Yeah, turbo is definitely not as bright with the AA, but it does provide a pretty cool way to back up, have interchangeable batteries, but still have the higher current draw of the LiPo. This feels super good in the hand. It just fits nicely. It's got a little bit of ridging here, which kind of goes well, but I fear that it's going to have the same issue I have for true tactical carry as the EDC 27 does, which is the risk of fat fingering and missing what you're trying to get to. So going to strobe when you really wanted bright light. Let's see here. It does overcome the issue I have with this for daily, like tactical carry, which is if you accidentally mash both buttons, it does end up defaulting to the tactical button switch. So it will give you, at least for my case, because fat fingering, strobe. So So that's still pretty cool. I will definitely be reviewing this on their website to make the recommendation that they change this or have the ability to program this just so that you can have just strobe or just turbo, because I really think that's the way these should be programmed, or at least have the option for. If you looked at my last video when I talked about this with my update, when you're in a very stressful situation, you lose fine motor control. Half switches, half clicks are fine motor control. It's not gonna happen when you're fearing for your life. If you want to read more about that stress response, there's a book in the below comments. It's called On Combat. Really interesting read. Yeah, this is pretty cool light. One piece. So it looks like they machined it this way and then inserted the components, bolted them on the front, bolted them in on the back. And it does have a sensor on the bezel, and the LEDs are recessed, which is kind of cool, more so than this guy. So that's going to protect that lens pretty good. So I'll be using this. We'll give it a week, and I will report back what my thoughts are after using it for a week, probably 2 weeks. So stay tuned. I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to go get its big brother, the E30 Pro, and hopefully it's had enough time to charge. I'm going to throw this on the charger so we can get its LiPo up too. All right, see. All right, I'm back. I got the E30 Pro off the charger. It looked like it was topped up. Similar to the regular E30, let's get this little sucker off here. A little different. It's a clamshell design. So two sides bolted together rather than the machined through the middle. Very similar in size. It does have an additional switch because it has the 3 LEDs on the front. And this one does not take AA's. There's no little nub on the back like the E30. And I'm not really certain where you would put a lanyard on it either. I'll have to look in the manual. The controls are a little different. So it actually requires 5 clicks. Still has your EDC button and your turbo button. Are they calling it a turbo button? They're calling it dual stage tactical switch. It still has those 2 switches, but it also adds your side switch to it for the front lights. To unlock, it is 5 presses rather than the 3 for the E30. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unlock. Single press should turn it on. Single press, turn it off. And dual stage tactical switch. Half press should be super bright. And it does have the proximity sensor, so that's why it dimmed. So super bright, full press, strobe. Not thrilled with that. I wish there was a way to turn it off or switch between the two. And then the front light, half-second press should turn it on. White. Half-second press to turn off. For red, it's going to be a double click. Half-second press to turn off, and the UV is going to be a triple click. Half-second press to turn it off. Does have USB charging. Only single way to mount the pocket clip. And it is the same exact pocket clip, so it's going to be tipped down. I think I'm going to have the same issues with this as I have with its older brother and as I have with the EDC25, which is fine motor control for tactical purposes is a bad idea. They've been hounding me just with their automated system to put a review on their website about these, so I am going to be mentioning that in the review. The other thing that I think I'm going to wish for after using this and its little brother is a E30 with the full LiPo, so no AA battery, AAA battery, but without the front lights. But we'll see. This one's going to be a little bit longer for a review. Oh, my battery for my light died. We got a ring light running off of a red lithium, and it's also charging my laptop at the same time, so it died. But it seems like we get a good enough picture. Sorry about that, but you know, it's a flashlight show, so makes sense. So yeah, so what I was saying is I kind of wish that they had the full LiPo option with the other flashlight, so ditching this front stuff. But for true tactical EDC, I think that this is going to have that same fatal flaw as the EDC 27. Time will tell. It does have the default to the tactical button if both buttons are mashed. So that's an improvement over the night course. So yeah, let me lock this sucker up. So 5 presses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blinks a couple times. And then anytime I push it, it's gonna blink. But give me a month. I'll get back to you on this one. 2 weeks on the regular E30. And you'll know more. All right, thanks for watching, guys.
No roar!